Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katrina and today we are doing my September TBR. So we have a couple of readathons that I'm participating in this month, and that's going to be Bookoplathon from Becca and the Books channel and Magical Readathon from Book Roast channel. I will link both of the announcement videos down below if you guys want to check out more information on those. For Bookoplathon, it's like a little Monopoly board. I did not film my rolls because I was unable to print out the board and I didn't think you guys would want to watch me just pointing at a screen. So I'll just let you guys know what I landed on for each one and then what book I'm going to use for each of those. Before we jump on in, let's get an update about my August TBR. So I actually ended up giving up on my August TBR and then chose to read a book that I wanted to mood read. Punishment for that is going to be an extra roll. So for Bookoplathon, I'm going to start with 5 rolls, and then if you roll a double, you add a roll, and then also I will add one for my punishment roll. So with all of that being said, I did get 1 double when I rolled the dice, so I will have a total of 7 rolls, which is 7 books. Not too bad. I think I can handle that. Okay, for roll 1, I landed on Community Shelf, which the prompt that I picked was new author. So for this, I'm going to be reading You by Caroline Kepnes. I have seen the Netflix series, only the first season. I haven't seen the second season yet, but I am super excited to jump on into this one. This is a thriller, pretty much about a guy, Joe, who starts stalking you. And it's written in a way so when you read it, it's like you did this or you did that, so it's very much like you're the person that's being stalked, and I think that's going to give it a very interesting, even more creepy. For roll number 2, we landed on Monsters, which for this one pretty much just pick a book that has some sort of monster in it, which could be like vampires, fairies, anything like that, or it could be people with monstrous character. So I decided to go the monstrous character route, and I chose the 4 Horsemen series, which I read the first one last month, so the next one is War by Laura Thalassa. And these are about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, 1 book for each horseman, and then it's a kind of romance, smutty romance type book. I don't know much about what War is about, so we'll see. I'm gonna be reading that one on my Kindle. Roll number 3, I landed on History, which this is just pick a book that has like a historical setting. So for this, I've decided to read the first Bridgerton book, which is The Duke and I. This is by Julia Quinn. This is a romance that takes place in the 1800s. There are 8, I believe, Bridgerton children. There's a book for each Bridgerton child. So this first one is about Daphne, and it's about her going into the season, about her getting courted by guys, going to the different events of the season for the young men and women to meet and see what happens from there. All right, roll number 4 was the buzzword, the train station spot for time of day. So you pick a book with one of the words that are on the spot in it, which could be like morning, afternoon, evening, night, etc. One of them on there was light. For that, I chose A Court of Frost and Starlight. This is the 4th in the ACOTAR series, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. The first book is about a girl named Feyre who has to hunt to keep her family alive. So one night she's out hunting and she accidentally kills a shapeshifter fairy. And as a result, she gets taken back to the Fey world to live out her punishment. This is a fantasy romance series. Again, this is the 4th book. It's just a small little 200-page novella. And then there's technically still one more book in the series, but it's kind of separate. It focuses on different characters. So I'll be glad to finish off like the main part of the series with it. Roll number 5, I landed on LGBTQ rep, and for that I'm going to read Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron. This is pretty much takes place in the world of Cinderella, but it takes place hundreds of years after Cinderella has happened. And the main character in this is queer. Young women are forced to go to a ball to be chosen as wives by the men in the kingdom, and the main character ends up meeting the last of Cinderella and her stepsister's descendants. That's pretty much all I know. Should be a fun one. I'm excited. Alright, for roll number 6 we got Big Book, which is a book over 500 pages, and for that I'm going to be reading Morning Star by Pierce Brown, which this may seem kind of random because I haven't even mentioned this series before in a video yet. I had already read the first one, and then I'm currently reading the second one right now, Golden Sun. That's the one that I gave up my August TBR for. So this is the 3rd one, and it is 518 pages. So it's kind of a sci-fi dystopian. There is a caste system of colors. Golds are the top ones, they're the ones who rule the galaxy, I guess, and then reds are the very bottom, practically slaves. They are underground in Mars to mine this element that they need to terraform the planet so that it can be livable. The problem is that the planets have already been terraformed and have been livable for a while. The Reds have not been told this. Our main character is Darrow, and his wife, Io, has herself get caught and hanged so that she could be a martyr for Darrow to begin to fight against the system and find a way to free the Reds. Alright, and then my punishment roll for not finishing my TBR in August, I got Chance. So I had like 3 books I wanted to read, 3 that I'm just kind of meh about, and then for that one we landed on the 2nd Bridgerton book, which is The Viscount Who Loved Me. This one is based on Anthony. Again, it's a romance, takes place in the 1800s. Alright, so that's all I have for the Bookoplathon portion of the video. And then we will jump on into the Magical Readathon. Okay, so for Magical Readathon, I have managed to get all of my Bookoplathon books to match up with Magical Readathon, thankfully. Well, technically there's one that doesn't, the second Bridgerton, but all the other ones match up with Magical Readathon. Okay, for the Novice Path entrance, we need to read a book with a map, and for this I have A Court of Frost and Starlight. It has a map right here in the front, right there. Okay, Ashtorn Tree is the top of your TBR. For this one, I'm going to do Bridgerton because these have been one of the series that I wanted to read. This is one series that I wanted to read since I got them, so I'm super excited for that. For The Mist of Solitude, it's a standalone book. For this, I have Cinderella is Dead, and then Ruin of the Sky is Ghosts / Haunted House or Supernatural. This one may be stretching it a little bit, but for this I'm going to choose War, the Four Horsemen book, because I believe that the Four Horsemen are kind of supernatural. I mean, you can't even kill them. So Obsidian Falls is a thriller or mystery. For that we have You. Tower of Rumination is a 5-star prediction, which for this one we're gonna go with Morningstar. And then that's all the prompts I have right now. I didn't have one for the Aurelium Academy arc. Maybe if I finish all the books and I have time by the end of the month, I will add one in for that, but probably not likely. And then it also said on there I can do the character building prompts later on, so I'm probably just going to choose another month to do those. Which that's like pick your background, your race, and where you're from, that kind of stuff. So I will mention those in the video when I do decide to fulfill those prompts. Well, that's all I have for today. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books or if you're excited for me to read them. Any thoughts that you want to pass on. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye.